Okay, so here's what I gotta say. This tweet. Let's move on from U.S. imperialism. I'm gonna lose mine. The one Guy Ritchie. We're gonna do a quick beat on Andrew Tate. So one thing I find very funny about the Andrew Tate saga, okay, is what has happened so far. So now he's in prison, right? He has to grow out his hair. He can't cut it. Very obviously, he's bald, even though he lied about being bald by choice. So I tweeted, I said, and I did not think it was going to pop off this hard. I said, can't believe he had the audacity to claim he's bald by choice. 330,000 likes. One of the funniest parts about this has been, okay, one of the funniest parts about the saga is all of these who are Tate riders turning around and being like, that's kind of up that you're body shaming Andrew Tate. And I'm like, dude, do you know who you are defending? Like, I can see your other tweets calling women, okay? Like, you can't turn around and be like, you know, no body shaming, please, when you are writing for Mr. Body Shame. He's Mr. Plenty. Mr. Plenty of misogyny. What do you mean, no body shaming? Hello? This is what I don't understand. And it's like, I guess it's at the heart of every kind of fandom on the internet. It's just, they're like, oh, well, you don't understand, Hasan. I meant no body shaming of men. You know what I mean? I never said you can't body shame women. They're bitches. And it's always the same shit. Like, being like, dude, what? Like, it's the same as like people getting mad at me for saying cracker on Reddit. You know what I mean? And I click on their account and it's like, dude, you just said the N-word with a hard R. Like, what do you mean you can't say cracker? Like, what? It doesn't seem like you genuinely care about slurs, man. I'm not like, what? Yeah, I mean, he body shames men too. I feel like when you criticize someone for something like that bald, it kind of makes other people with that same issue feel like you're not only saying it to them to be nice. It's like saying every jerk has small dick energy. It's like, bro, leave my tiny dick out of this. Yeah, okay. That's insecurity though, okay? And I'm sorry. I am an ally of the bald. I myself have been combating it, okay? I myself have been combating it. Perhaps the balding is winning a little bit. Do you understand? But having said that, I'm not going to sit around and be like, I cut my own hair. And in my opinion, okay, if you are dishing it out, which Andrew Tate does regularly, it's you know, this is something I can make fun of. I think it's allowed. If you are dishing infinitely worse shit out, if you are dishing infinitely worse shit out on a regular basis, that's your main output, that's the only output, okay, then yeah, it's gonna come back to you and it's valid. Also, I don't know where you got the tiny penis thing from. I wasn't saying that, but, and even then, I'm not even saying this bald. I'm making fun of him for claiming that he was bald by choice, something that he has like another lie, and perhaps like the funniest, like the most, the least consequential lie he's ever told. You know what I mean? It's such a like low entry kind of take with respect to Andrew Tate that like his fan base getting mad at that is pretty funny. I'm also a huge fan and also bald. Your jokes get under my skin sometimes. Perhaps something that should get under your skin is minoxidil and Propecia. Consult a medical professional before taking either. Bro, I have male pattern baldness in my entire family, okay? Literally. I do it. I treat it, okay? Stop crying to me. Bro, that shit is expensive. I don't want to do an ad, but no. You would be surprised. I find it hilarious that Andrew Tate, whose entire output is about body shaming and infinitely worse things like objectifying women, talking shit about women in general, has cultivated a fandom of some of the most fragile, thin-skinned human beings. Like the amount of replies that I read from Tater Tots saying like, wow, he's in prison, dude. Yeah, I know he's in prison, dog. I know. But like the amount of Tater Tots that have been like, dude, wow, body shaming much? Like, yeah, I am, dude. I mean, not really. I'm just making fun of him lying about even being bald by choice. But like, yeah, I body shame him from time to time. He has no jaw, for example. Yeah, he has no jaw. But like, you can't do the no body shaming shit, okay? You can't. You're alpha. You're alpha male. You think alpha males go on Twitter and cry about body shaming? Are you a freshman in college with blue hair and pronouns? Are you they, them, crying about body shaming on Twitter? Meanwhile, Andrew Tate's tweeting like he's Dostoevsky in his jail cell. This is pretty funny too. Beauty is fleeting. There's currently a snowstorm here in Romania. The metal stings like ice. They say you do not truly appreciate something until it's gone. It is absolutely true. There is no light without dark. The smallest and most casual of things are truly beautiful in hindsight. I'd pay $10,000 for a hot coffee or a hot shower. You've been taking the sun for granted as it rests on your hand while you drive to work. You don't fully appreciate your last glass of clean water. When you truly recognize every experience is fleeting, you learn to smile in the rain. You see the beauty in the raindrops, in the absolute silence of solitary. There's even beauty in the blistering cold. So what's up? Is prison rehabbing him? Like, what's happening? Is he going to be like a good guy? Did they break him? Is this the one good, like, he thinks he's Mandela? In some ways, he is. He is the Nelson Mandela of women hating. I'm arrested by people who are defending the rights of women. He's about to write a letter from Romanian prison. The myth of the white moderate. The white moderate places a time frame on another man's emancipation. Oh, dude, holy shit. How dare you? Or yeah, he's going to write a different kind of prison book, like My Struggles. I should have clean water and hot shower. Come on. He still has human rights in prison. This guy, wait, what? This, regardless of how disgusting he is and his acts are, first of all, yes, of course. Of course, I believe that everyone, including Andrew Tate, deserves hot water and a clean shower in prison. That attitude has not changed. I do not give a... I will, however, still make fun of him when he's like writing about how like he's being devastated currently in prison. Maybe not hot water, but clean yet. No, dude. What? No, he should definitely get. He should definitely have like a base level of comfort. Everyone deserves that. This is what makes us human. Okay, he has human rights. Everyone does. I don't give a. Yeah, if you read books, you're gay, but you can wax poetic on a beautiful on the beauty of sunshine, and that's not gay because you're in prison at that point. New article. An alleged victim in the case against online influencer Andrew Tate appears to have told prosecutors that she was forced to earn a minimum of 10,000 euros a month on social media platforms under the threat of physical violence. The testimony, which appears, the document also outlines the witness's fears that the group would publish intimate videos and photos of her if she tried to quit, as she says they did in the case of another woman. Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan are being held in preventative custody in Romania while police investigate allegations of human trafficking, which both men deny. How do you know the articles you're reading are a good source of truth? I mean, it's BBC, man. I've said this before, but like all mainstream media outlets have like personal biases, obviously. But you know, if we're talking about like if we're talking about like Andrew Tate being arrested, then that's not necessarily a personal bias that like the BBC has against him. You know what I mean? If we were talking about like American news, for example, American news will never write positive coverage over healthcare, like free healthcare. Okay, they won't. You just have to recognize who's funding media outlets and what their overarching goals are. They defend cops, they defend capital, they defend corporations. But when it comes down to it, like some low-level like trafficker getting arrested in Romania, that's not like, they don't need to like lie about anything there. You know what I mean? Low level. He's the top G? Yeah, well, you know, he is low level. Sorry. Anyway, two Romanian women and close associates of theirs, Georgiana Nagel and Luana Radu, are also being held alongside them. The leaked documents from the Romanian court, which contain more detailed allegations than publicly available court statements, also describe debts being used as a form of psychological coercion by the group. So-called fines were imposed by the defendants if the girls did not post on OnlyFans, the documents claim, with one witness owing at that time the sum of 4,000 euros. In a separate piece of testimony, other witnesses describe working on the TikTok and OnlyFans platforms for several months in 2021 without a contract on a schedule set by one of the defendants. She was allowed to keep 50% of her earnings, but the remaining 50% divided between the Tate brothers and their alleged managers. She also alleges she was not allowed to leave the location unless accompanied. Some of the alleged victims deny any form of exploitation by the four defendants, the court says, but these statements do not reflect reality, as the victims of human trafficking do not always recognize the fact that they have been enslaved or exploited. Yeah, That is also the reason why they're using, that is also the reason why they're like Tim Pool and others are basically using that one line that the Romanian court put forward as though like, oh, because two of the people that were certainly groomed into sex trafficking are defending Andrew Tate still, that means like the entire case is bullshit. When in fact, if you have ever covered sex crimes, grooming, and cults, and sex trafficking in general, you know that there are always defenders of the sex criminal. There's always defenders. NXIVM is a perfect example of this. We've talked about this. The sex cult victims of NXIVM that were groomed literally still go to the penitentiary that he's held at outside and do protests to like release him. But everyone understands that they were certainly sex trafficked. You know what I mean? But ultimately, you can't look at like people who were groomed in trafficking, like a couple of the victims saying, no, actually, we loved that we were branded by Andrew Tate, and go, okay, I guess there was no trafficking, you know? You can't do that. That would be insane. It blows my mind that people who will defend someone like Andrew Tate, where did you even find this, dude? You just found this like random person with one like that doesn't even follow me, and you sent it can't be a self-tweet. You literally said on video that he had sex with a 16-year-old and that he would keep their cam girls money so they couldn't leave or object. I just can't understand any defense of that. And I think that guy's a conservative who said that, by the way. So, you know, that has been your brief Andrew Tate update.